A good man may be hard to find, but Dave's got him. John Goodman, Patty Loveless, and more tonight. But first, stay tuned for your local news.
The NewsTab update is next. We'll take you from Ruby Ridge to the standoff now taking place in Montana. It's a very different situation, but the outlook is not much better.
An overnight fire destroys a Sweetwater building, and more money is on the way to Dyess Air Force Base.
Storms are springing up around parts of the KTAB North Texas area. Byron has your forecast coming up.
First National Bank's First 3 checking is absolutely free and comes with great service. There's no minimum balance requirement and no service charge. First 3 checking comes with overdraft protection, same-day deposit credit, and 24-hour account information. And with 6 convenient locations and 13 Banker 24s around town, we're always close by. First 3 checking from First National Bank of Abilene.
So come home to First National Bank at the heart of Abilene.
The Cash 5 drawing is next on KTAB. For May 21st, 1996, as supervised by Lottery Security and certified by the independent accounting firm of Coopers & Lybrand, our first Cash 5 number is 37. Tonight's second winning number is 23. Your third Cash 5 number tonight is 10. And the fourth number drawn tonight is 5. The fifth and final Cash 5 number is 15. Those lucky numbers again are 37, 23, 10, 5, 15. Good luck from the Texas Lottery.
It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Keeping tab on Abilene and the Big Country. This is the NewsTab Update with Bob Bartlett and Loren Halifax. Weather with meteorologist Byron Webre and David Bacon on sports. NewsTab is the most watched news team in Abilene and the Big Country.
The standoff in Montana is different from the one that took place at Ruby Ridge, but the outlook isn't much better. Good evening.
Thank you for joining us tonight. A state legislator who has acted as a mediator between the FBI and the Freeman paints an ominous picture of what might be on the horizon in the Freeman standoff. Dave Fehling has the story.
The body language told you things had fallen apart at the Freeman Ranch. Mediator Charles Duke would later say he'd had it with the Freeman. He said they repeatedly broke their word as attempts were made to negotiate the release of 2 young girls among the 21 people inside.
They're willing to sacrifice them and use them as a shield to prevent a peaceful solution of this problem. I think it's unconscionable.
Within moments after the midday roadside talk ended, out came the Freeman, guns over their shoulders and on their hips. The FBI tactical units had already started to head back away from the compound, and there was no confrontation. Duke is a state senator from Colorado, affiliated with the Patriot movement, and despite that, said he found nothing in common with the Freeman. He said he's convinced the FBI has done all it can to end the standoff without violence.
It is clear that whatever compromisable solution that the FBI presents, these Freemen are going to continue to escalate it. I do not believe they want a peaceful solution of this.
Duke's bottom line, it will take at least a show of force to bring the Freeman out, and that a continuing complication will be the little girls, Courtney and Amy Lynn Ward, whose mother and the Freeman have refused to let go. Duke says a new team of FBI negotiators is being brought in, and he thinks they'll do a lot more talking with the Freeman, but he predicts that none of it will be productive. Dave Fehling, CBS News, Brusette, Montana.
Duke also said he thought it would take force to end the standoff, but that he thought it would end more peacefully than the standoff in Waco and the one in Ruby Ridge.
A fire overnight in Sweetwater leveled a cotton warehouse. It started late last night and was still smoldering today. Investigators are trying to find out what happened. NewsTab's Ned Austin reports.
Sweetwater firefighters received word of the blaze about 10:15 last night. There was nothing they could do to save the structure. When they arrived on the scene, the cotton warehouse at Sam Houston and Avenue C was already engulfed in flames.
They set up a defensive mode of attack because we had a grocery store that's located pretty close to the fire. We also had another warehouse that was adjacent to the fire. We decided to try and protect that because it was obvious that the fire was fully involved in that structure.
The fire was in fact contained to the end warehouse, which was about 1/4 filled with cotton. There was, however, no cotton in the adjacent warehouse. That warehouse had been damaged by the 18 inches of snow that fell last month. Ironically, it was that snowstorm that contributed to the destruction that took place here.
This building was equipped with a sprinkler system, but it had been turned off at this time due to the damage from the snow. When the roof collapsed on the adjacent building, it took out the sprinkler system to this building.
This morning, the embers and cotton were still smoldering as firefighters and warehouse managers were attempting to assess the damage. A Sweetwater Cotton Compress employee estimates the damage from the blaze to be at about $100,000. It is the latest in a year-long string of losses for the company that began with the tornado last May. That tornado, coupled with April's snow and last night's fire, have taken out 75% of the company's storage. Where they once could warehouse about 50,000 bales of cotton, they can now store just over 12,000.
It could have been a lot worse. The warehouse that's still open over there was full of equipment. All kinds of construction equipment, forklifts, trailers, welders, trucks, trailers, were all in that other warehouse, and we removed all of those.
Investigators are now working to determine the cause of the fire. They say workers had been doing welding trying to fix the adjacent warehouse, but they are also looking into the electrical system and possible arson. At this point, nothing is being ruled out. Ned Austin, NewsTab.
And they hope to have that cause pinned down by the end of this week. Nearly $9 million is winging its way to Dyess Air Force Base. The money will be used to modernize the 40-year-old base hospital. Contractors will start with electrical work, but within a couple of years start remodeling the entire hospital. In announcing that the federal funds have been made available, Congressman Charles Stenholm said the renovation should be completed in the year 2000.
Some budget problems are causing some crime-fighting problems for our local drug task force. The West Central Texas Interlocal Crime Task Force will receive some funding to continue their operations at least through this fall. The task force works with law enforcement in 15 area counties. They help investigate the manufacture and distribution of illegal drugs. Because of federal budget problems, the task force is only assured of funding through October. However, the head of the task force says he does believe the rest of the money will come.
The funding for the entire year has been appropriated from the word I got from the governor's office yesterday. However, it's not been signed yet. It's not official, and they anticipate that sometime in June that everything considered that we will have funding allocated and confirmed for the entire year.
Your federal government is asking for a little more help from you, though. They want local communities to kick in 30% of the drug task force funding instead of the 25% it has been in years past. Now, since it was formed 9 years ago, the task force has helped to arrest more than 1,800 people and to seize more than $22 million worth of drugs in our area.
The Abilene Chamber of...
I'll go ahead.
Okay.
More than 30 fifth graders from Baird tonight have a better idea of how to deal with peer pressure and how to stay away from drugs and deal with problems without violence. Tonight, students from Baird completed the 17-week DARE program. They graduated and got their certificates tonight. The DARE program stands for Drug Abuse Resistance Education, and it's offered to fifth graders every year. Members of the Callahan County Sheriff's Department teach the course, and they talk about how to resist pressure to take drugs and how to resist the pressure to deal with problems in a violent way. After students got their certificates tonight, they performed some skits on what they've learned. And this program is doing good in other areas also. Tomorrow, students from the Callahan County DARE programs in Cross Plains and Eula will graduate and get their certificates as well.
The Abilene Chamber of Commerce gave its small business salute for May to Abilene Dental Associates. Husband and wife team, doctors Robert and Christy Leedy, have been in business in Abilene for 4 years, although they started in Anson in 1984. With another dentist on staff, they now operate both their Abilene and Anson offices. They also employ 9 people as dental assistants and office workers. Members of the Abilene Chamber of Commerce Redcoats were out this afternoon presenting the Leedys the Small Business Salute for the month. Abilene Dental Associates will open a school for dental assistants at their office on South Danville this summer. The South Abilene Kiwanis Club today honored 2 people for their service in the spiritual life of the community. The club gave its Community Layperson of the Year award to Evans Rutledge, an elder at First Presbyterian Church and director of a prison ministry at the French Robertson Unit. Also honored was Emma Sutherland. He's active in the Pioneer Drive Baptist Church. The Community Layperson Awards are given each year to people chosen by the Kiwanis Club for their community service, but who themselves are not Kiwanis Club members.
And a Tarleton State University student from Baird got a scholarship today from the Texas Sheriff's Association. The $500 scholarship is given to students whose parents are involved in the sheriff's departments. Janet Walker is a junior at Tarleton State University in Stephenville. She's majoring in criminal justice and hopes to work with the Border Patrol when she finishes her education. Both of her parents have a long-time association with the Callahan County Sheriff's Department. Her father, Burl Walker, is a former jailer, and her mother, Valerie Walker, is a jailer and sheriff's deputy. This is the second time Janet Walker has received the scholarship. Congratulations, Janet.
Seems like a family group there. That's great. Coming up next on the News Tab Update, little videotape. Look at these clouds. They've been building up all evening as thunderstorms were developing east of KTAB country.
Byron will join us next. He'll have the latest on what's happening and what kind of weather you can look for tomorrow. We'll be back right after this.
Here are 3 great ways to save on Prizm. 3.9% APR financing for up to 48 months. $1,000 cash back. 0 down, $199 a month. Get to know Prizm, the dependable car that's never been easier to own. Prizm, 3.9% APR, or $1,000 cash back. Or pay 0 down, just $199 a month for a new Prizm at your Big Country Chevrolet Geo dealers.
There is a sense of goodness in America that we still hold dear. The basic yet eternal virtues of love and kindness and service to others that have made America great. We must never forget that America is still a nation of families and communities and opportunities. A nation of laughter and joy and simple pleasures. But most importantly, America is a nation of people grateful to those who sacrificed for our freedom and our way of life.
Take a look around. Technology is changing the way the world works. The way it plays, too. Everyday life is faster, easier, more fun, with more choices, better choices. And they all have one thing in common. We don't know what the future will look like, but we can tell you what it will run on. Electricity. Brought to you by West Texas Utilities.
Meteorologist Byron Weber's forecast is approved by the American Meteorological Society and the National Weather Association.
We've been watching the development of some clouds tonight. What kind of action comes with those?
Well, we had thunderstorms. We never really had a thunderstorm really even close to us, but the thunderstorm watch, the severe thunderstorm watch, did include portions of our viewing area. And you know, I've been in Tennessee for a number of years, and it's really hilly, and there's a lot of trees, and you can't see a thunderstorm 10 miles away. Here, you can see them 200 miles away, which makes it nice for forecasters because you can look out over the horizon. And
here it comes.
And here it is. Let's have a look at that video tonight. These storms were probably anywhere from 150 to 200 miles away at one time, and we still were able to see them over the horizon. They got up to 50, 55,000 feet at the most. They did produce hail, severe thunderstorm warnings, not even close to us, but up there around the Red River, and they moved east-southeast, or heading towards the Denton area, and now have basically died off. That's why they issued the severe thunderstorm watch. It's still in effect. Radar shows these thunderstorms, and I'm really surprised that we can see them that far with the naked eye, but you could. And they're up here moving down I-35, heading towards the Denton area, but again, they've lost a lot of their intensity. Nothing at all in the area, but the watch still includes the northeastern counties of our viewing area. But again, nothing here locally. Let's look at Texas and look at those thunderstorms develop around the just around the Wichita Falls area, and then actually move off to the east and then dive a little bit to the southeast and then begin to fizzle out. There they are, and they're moving this direction away from the area. There's nothing even close to us right now except for that stuff, and that's moving away. The watch includes the northeastern counties. It does not include Taylor County, but does include the northeastern counties where you see the yellow shading. But I really don't think we're going to have to worry about too much tonight. Clear skies, 86 degrees, the dew point 61, the humidity 37%, wind south-southeast at about 8, the pressure steady 29.70. 97 degrees, unbelievably warm. The normal high is 85, 12 degrees above the normal. We missed the record just by 4 degrees back in 53. The reason for the thunderstorms, extensive heating today, of course. It was very hot across Texas. We got the stationary front, which acts as a boundary, as a catalyst for these thunderstorms to develop along. And we finally broke the cap, which allows the thunderstorms to grow, and that's why they started popping up, and that's why they have the watch-in effect for that area. All right, as we load Doppler Plus in, watch Arkansas, watch the Red River Valley, and you'll see them blossom and grow. And also watch Florida. We got a mess down here. We have a tropical disturbance, not a storm, but just an area of low pressure. We'll get a little better view of that right here. A broad area of low pressure. You can see that counterclockwise flow. Actually, the center is out here. They're still going to watch it. Has a possibility of becoming a little more tropical, maybe develop into a disturbance or so. But right now, just an upper level low pressure center. Storms out on the Gulf, and Florida continues to get wet. Something to keep an eye on. All right, again, we'll get a little better view. You'll be able to see the storms in Arkansas. Little Rock got pounded pretty good, and there's some pretty heavy storms just to the west of Little Rock moving to the east. And, of course, we got the watches in effect along the Red River Valley and up in portions of Arkansas. Tomorrow's weather map, of course, we have the trough of low pressure. It's going to get windy. The wind's not even close to being a problem today, but they're really going to be windy tomorrow. South-southeast at about 20 to 30 miles an hour. Thursday, it really gets interesting. Another cold front moves in. The air becomes a little more unstable. Thunderstorms developing north of us into Oklahoma. Could see some tornadoes. It's really going to be a very volatile situation. Possibility of severe weather. And Friday, even a better possibility for us as the next front gets right on top of us. It will stall out. Gulf moisture coming up from the southeast, interacting with this stalled front. The same thing on Saturday. The front barely moves at all. Plenty of Gulf moisture coming up from the south. And on Sunday, it is still around. So the possibility of scattered thunderstorms through the weekend exists, and some of these could be strong, possibly even severe. And we'll certainly keep on top of it. Clear tonight down to 68 degrees. Isolated storms. There's nothing out there right now. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Tomorrow, sunny, windy, 97 degrees, winds 20 to 30 miles an hour. Partly cloudy tomorrow night, windy, the low 72. We got a break sponsored by Franklin Heating and Air and your Dodge dealer. We'll come back with the 5 days. Stay with us.
Meet the ultimate in heat pumps, the Coleman Evcon THE14 from Franklin Heating and Air Conditioning. The high-efficiency 14-inch heat pump comes just in time for the approaching season to take comfort to a new efficiency level and costs less to operate than a conventional unit. Or ask about the latest ground source system, the Addison G-Series. The Addison uses the constant temperature of the earth to heat and cool your home. For all the latest equipment, talk to the experts. Franklin Heating and Air Conditioning, 926 Walnut, since 1969.
No matter where you travel this Memorial Day, you'll be seeing some interesting sights, like new Dodge cars and trucks, because Dodge's popularity is rising faster than any other American car and truck line. And now with $1,000 cash back or more, or 1.9% financing on select Dodge cars, the demand for new Dodges is sure to increase even more. So hurry to the Dodge Memorial Day event and get the whole picture. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
T.G. Hendrick here. Having a baby is a really exciting time, and that's why the birthplace at Hendrick has first First Families to give you lots of help. We have gifts and discounts for great baby things, coupons for free meals, and lots of classes for little brothers, sisters, and moms and dads, too. First Families is here to make your life easier. This is one time you'll get more than you're expecting. First Families, from the birthplace at Hendrick Medical Center.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday! Announcing big value Sundays at Dairy Queen. Get a big Sunday for 59 cents, a bigger Sunday for 79 cents, or our biggest Sunday for just 99 cents each. And to top off your Sunday, to get your choice of tempting, delicious Dairy Queen toppings. 59 cents big, 79 cents bigger, 99 cents biggest. Big value Sundays at Dairy Queen. For hot eats and cool treats, think DQ.
Normally, again, mid-80s. Boy, it's going to be warm. We're talking 90s for a few days. Don't forget, late Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, storms in the area. They'll be scattered, but I'm afraid some of these will be strong and or severe. All the way into Sunday as temperatures cool off just a little bit. I think we're okay tonight, but the watch still in effect until 1 o'clock, and we'll monitor the situation.
Thank you, Byron. Okay. Coming up on the News Tab update, we have an incredible story for you. A 500-year-old mummy. It's the body of a 13-year-old girl who was offered as a human sacrifice. We'll show you.
And in tonight's medical news, the latest report on salt and your blood pressure. Just might be good news for you. That story is next.
I got a new Ford, and I can still pay my rent. In fact, my landlord is so happy with the deal I got, he sent my Ford dealer a thank you card.
You'll thank your Ford dealer, too, when you get a new Ford Ranger for only $199 a month. That's just $199 a month for a sporty Ranger flare side, equipped with a driver's side airbag, AM/FM stereo cassette, and more. Fun, versatile, and just $199 a month. There's a lot to like about Ranger, only at your Texas Ford dealer.
Dr. Pepper and KTAB salute Cassidy Early and Shelley Baker of Rotan High. Cassidy has served as president of the National Honor Society, earned a National Merit Letter, and was a regional qualifier in science and poetry. Cassidy plans to attend Angelo State University to pursue a degree in education. Shelley has served as treasurer of the National Honor Society, student Congress representative, involved in the Gifted and Talented program, and was an all-district player in volleyball. Shelley will attend Southwest Texas State. Congratulations, seniors. We salute your achievements.
Together we are better than we could ever be alone. We'll be a team forever. The world is ours to own. You're a part of me, the heart of me. Dr. Pepper, you're a part of me.
If you take good care of them, a good pair of boots is an investment that will last a lifetime. But as time goes on, you need somebody you can trust to keep them fixed up. It's kind of like your bank. And that's why I count on my good friends at First American Bank to help me out when I need to fix things up. You should too.
Crimestoppers is reenacting a burglary this week. Between 7:30 p.m. Friday, May 10th and 1 a.m. the following day, someone pried open the back door at 1102 Beach. Once inside, they stole $900 worth of things. Police say several burglaries have been committed in this area recently. Items taken include women's jewelry, VCRs, TVs, and CD players. Crimestoppers pays up to $1,000 for information leading to the arrest and indictments of these crooks or those involved in any other unsolved felony crime.
Remember, you can help make your city and county a safer place to live and remain anonymous by calling our Crimestoppers hotline at 676-TIPS or 1-800-868-TIPS. For Crimestoppers, I'm Detective Rick Dorman with the Abilene Police Department.
A Canadian study published today in the Journal of the American Medical Association flies in the face of prevailing wisdom on salt and high blood pressure. Researchers have found that in healthy people, salt intake does not raise blood pressure. Byron Harlan reports.
Stroll into any supermarket and you'll find them. Product labels which proudly say the producers slashed the salt inside. Traditional thinking has been if you cut the salt, you cut your risk of high blood pressure, which can lead to heart disease. On that point, there's still widespread agreement among many doctors, but just listen to this.
The majority of us don't need to worry.
Dr. Burgess is the president of Canada's Hypertension Society. She supports a report that's now been published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, which says reducing salt in your diet will probably not reduce your blood pressure.
Healthy people can stop worrying about current consumptions of salt.
But not people who have certain types of health problems. Those folks may want to reach for low or no salt foods.
Those kinds of products may be of value in people who have heart failure or other extreme diseases.
And everyone will tell you a healthy lifestyle is what you should aim for. Cut back on the fatty foods, work out, and get a blood pressure check. Good habits proven to lead to good health. Byron Harlan, CBS News, Chicago.
Now, before you stock up on all those chips and other high-salt goodies, some critics want you to know that the company that makes Campbell's soup paid for a portion of this study. Read the back.